Hello everyone, it's time, the final quest in the game. And I have no words. Just watch. Alright, well, it is the last time we'll ever see these characters. Might as well enjoy it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this whole thing was put together as a final send-off to all of our Half-Life friends. And what a send-off. Combat-wise, there's nothing really different about this particular quest from any of the stuff we've done so far. But there are pukas to kill, and Automata needs to kill a bunch of them. It's quite effective. I mean, normally you've got to weaken folks with, weaker attacks before you pull out the big guns. But this time Automata just melts everything. And we've got an ash tree nut. Might as well build up a couple of karmas with the last couple of folks in the room here. Unfortunately, Alanodite is still pretty weak. Let's see if that ash tree nut actually shows up in my inventory. Doesn't look like it. It's not an actual item, of course, it's just part of the quest that I happen to be doing at the moment. and they let us heal up before we move on. Not that you need it after fighting that particular bunch. Yep, the usual filler. It was nice to have all these safe rooms the first time through, but now that I'm at the end of the game, it's more annoying than anything else. Fortunately, Automata's still effective, even if it's not killing the folk it's supposed to be killing. It's effective on everything. I think it's just generally one of the best folks in the game, period. Alanodite isn't. But they can't all be winners. Especially since Alanodite I didn't have to pay for. Now that's the way you do it. So I've got 2 ash tree nuts and no specific idea what they're for. But we'll find out eventually. So this whole quest is about a fake love letter that I guess Frizzy and Demona wrote, thinking that Keats was just too shy to confess his love to Ellen, as opposed to, not being in love with her at all. And like I said before, the people who made these DLC quests really, really love Durandal. And the camera doesn't seem to love showing me what I'm actually trying to look at. So I got pretty trapped by all these Earth Element folks, but at least I managed to get away from them in the end. And the folks around here, I think, do tend to drop a lot of health, so... There's one ash tree nut in every room. And I don't know exactly how far away the water hole is. So I'd better thoroughly explore every room, get all the ash tree nuts that I can, and just make sure not to collect more than 5 of them. It doesn't sound like much of a challenge, and I think it really isn't. All you have to do is not kill too many Fairy Realm folks after you've got the 5th ash tree nut. And this room is a real gimme. Naturally, there are plenty more than 5 rooms. And there, of course, is the trap. Of course, if I fought a little more conservatively, I wouldn't get hit at all. But we should be done here. Like I said, we're done here. No reason to stand there and fight 2 Gallybeggar at once. Or to fight any of the folks in this room, which we've already dealt with. I mean, I guess it's free experience because the Pori was gone, so it's not like I was gonna get another ash tree nut from the same room. Alright, a Gallybeggar and an Andrast. Or no, that's a Gladiolus. Well, this will be fun. Fortunately, I believe they're both vulnerable to destroy, and Andrast seems to like to spend a lot of the time flying around and not actually coming over and interfering. At least until I've managed to kill the Gladiolus. Now let's have at it. Anyone remember a time when this was hard to fight? Alright, not really. So that's all the ash tree nuts we need, and I just have to be careful not to kill all of the Fairy Realm folks in any room from here on in. Which means I'm going to be running through a lot of rooms without stopping to fight anything. Now I kind of thought maybe this room was the one I was looking for. You know, since there are precisely 5 rooms to get ash tree nuts before this, but then we wouldn't need the advice to not get more ash tree nuts. And there's no water in this room. I thought maybe there would be some. Just missed it all those other times. We actually have to go to the room where we met Bargast the first time. And the good news is there's a nice handy shortcut to get us there quickly. I don't want to fight the Selkie, and I don't need to. I mean, it's not like it's even a puzzle. They tell you how many you need. They give you every opportunity to correct it if you get too few, and if you get too many, I don't know what's wrong with you. The only real difficulty about this part of the quest is that we've got to fight 2 Durandal at once, which is more than I've ever had to do before. And I still haven't got the hint about Earth being a terrible element to use for this. I think really Destroy would be best, but non-elemental would probably work too. As it is, this fight is going to take pretty much forever. And I'd speed it up, but there's not really a whole lot of time to be gained doing that. And the fight just kind of is what it is at any speed. Yeah, about all I've got is this over and over again. I'm at least trying to go for a bit of variety here. You know, Afank is one of the more effective ice elements I've got. And Juruku I haven't really used all that much. You know, I'm hoping that it'll get the job done a little faster compared to the other earth elements. The problem is that they're both pretty expensive. I can only use about 3 attacks total before I gotta wait for a recharge, which can be problematic. You know, even something like Proto would be a bit cheaper. And Anwen gets the job done admirably as well. I'm not sure I really have a better earth element for this. You know, Juruku gives me a decent reach. Quazarilli's probably the better choice. And they've both managed to recover from their ids popping out. It would have been nice if I could capture them, but I'm not going to be able to do that with 2 of them in the room. And that's about the only thing that saves this from being the most annoying fight in the entire game. If I had to capture these guys instead of just being able to kill them, I think I'd be done. As it is, I'm getting pretty close to done anyway, because I don't have a whole lot of health left. These guys hit hard. And they hit pretty often, and I don't really have a lot of defensive options here. But of course there is the defensively nuclear option. I've been saving it through every quest just for this. To be fair, those were destroy element attacks. No, I have no idea what the heck happened there. Not really much of a reward, I don't think. I'm sure that was supposed to be funny, I just didn't really get the joke. But that's the last of the quests, so I'll see you next time for a grinding video.